first time, and then the second time, obviously, the Illidan hunted in, and that was kind of like if a team,
the VP,
the VP. It was at that point where it was like a team wipe was going to end the game. What was it like on comms at that point for you guys?
So this year we've tried to instill the word nice try. So if anything happens, we'll just be like nice try, nice try. I'll with a spear, nice try, nice try. So they really wasn't depressing, it didn't go silent. So when we first made the call, I think it was Shaw who suggested it. He was like, core! I was like, because I was a little antsy about it.
We have 20 seconds, core.
I was like, okay.
And I was like, we have time.
And I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, but ultimately, in my mind, I would have called it off if they would have won if they wiped us. Does that make sense? I was looking at it and I was like, they can't even win the game because we all have a Vala back at base and they don't have any keeps. So I was like, even if we get it down to 26% or 30%, it's worth it because at any point in the game, if we get one pick, we can end the game, which is what we did. Actually, so funny. After we killed the Illidan, I was like, all right, go to the Immortal, go to the shrine. And then as we're running, 3 seconds later, I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, everyone on top, we can core.
No, there was more debate than anything. Can we core? And we're just walking towards.
No one said anything.
We're just I'm
like, yeah, we can core.
I'm like, all right, let's go.
So I thought it was really interesting when you said after that first core attempt that really didn't work out, no one went silent. So that concept of going silent, is that something that you guys have had to battle with before, or is this something that maybe that's what makes you guys so good, is that you don't go silent during those moments?
I mean, the only time we've gone silent is in scrims. If someone had a bad day, it's usually me. But if I had a bad day or something, and then we do bad in scrims, I'm just okay, I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm tilted. But I mean, after the core call, the first one, we were actually amped about it.
I was like, yeah, that's so good for us.
Okay, we didn't end, but 24%, that's really good, guys. We'll just win after the next fight, no big deal. We're that's really, really good. As long as we didn't lose the game there, we're fine.
Yeah, I was so antsy middle though when we were sitting around. I was like, they're gonna try and kill us. Everyone stand back, let it push in. Then Shot ran up. He's like, whatever. I'm just gonna clear the way.
Wait, I got the 4-man VP.
That was good. Thanks for the carry.
I also with the VP top, but
So first off, Aka, I thought you did great today. I was really proud to see that. This morning, you kind of got out of our interviews and stuff because you felt like you I don't know, maybe you were tilting or something, but you just didn't feel like you performed as well as you wanted to yesterday, and that really showed today, especially in the last fight. Shot was maybe a hit and a half away from dying, and that hammer of justice last second right after the hunt pretty much sealed the game. So props to that. But can you just kind of talk about where you were after yesterday and how you feel your extra practice this morning paid off?
I was just really disappointed in my performance yesterday. People expect a lot more out of me, especially when I'm playing Brayling. They expect it to be one of the best, and I played really under par. So I just took some time, got some Hero League in, refocused, and was prepared today.
So you guys have a unique perspective among these other teams because you have so much professional experience. Do you think that Heroes of the Dorm long-term could be a reliable talent farm for the pros, or do you think it's somewhere where semi-pro players are just going to hang out if they happen to be in college?
I mean, I can speak firsthand. I think it's a really good talent pool. That's where I started. That's where Aka really got his start. You were kind of in the pro scene, but not really. So I mean, look at UTA, the people we were playing in the final, they're on top 2, top 3 NA team right now, and they started in Heroes of the Dorm. So I think, for me, looking at it down the road, 5 to 10 years, I mean, this is my personal vision, I could see Heroes of the Dorm become bigger than the pro scene, if that makes sense. It's just because there is so much more media presence. Being on ESPN is huge, and that's monumental. I think it'll get to the point where it's the top tier collegiate teams are just as sought after as a pro team. I think if Blizzard did do multiple events throughout the year, I think that is definitely a huge thing that could happen. I think there would be a lot of talent that goes between college and pro.
Would you guys be interested in playing more games throughout the year then?
Oh yeah, I mean, if they did, I mean, I don't know how they'd set it up. Like if they did something either like an LCS type thing where you play for like 10 weeks and then like have a finals, I think that'd be awesome. And then you could like have like Here's the Dorm be the final of all the regions and actually have like a real longer circuit. Or if you do like 2 events, so like one in the fall and one in the spring, I think either of those would work.
With what you guys did out there and with this whole event being on ESPN over days, what do you think this does for esports as a college sport? Would you think that it'd be better off with the NCAA getting involved? What's your guys' opinions on that?
Hell no.
I mean, there's like too many restrictions with the NCAA that I know about. I don't know. I really don't have enough knowledge on the matter to really speak about it, but it's just like what I've heard is there's a lot of restrictions about NCAA.
So relating to the future of college and esports, obviously at some point you won't be Arizona State's team anymore. What will you do? Do you have plans to cultivate a culture of quality esports, like a legacy at ASU? And do you want to like take on younger freshman students and coach? Do you have any plans for ASU esports?
So ASU's top paid person is their football coach. Maybe 10 years down the line, that'll be like the esports coach, right?
On that same line, how long do you think it'll be before schools are recruiting for esports specifically?
I think within 5 years there will be people recruited. I think this event, I mean, I've been working a lot with the athletics department, and it's something that we've had discussions about. And like, I'm not sure, I think there'd be growing pains for sure, but I think it is definitely something that like you will see players starting to get recruited to go to collegiate teams.
Yeah, so these are questions more about the games, but this is for a family. When you were playing that Rainer game, all that I noticed the whole time is that you were completely free to just DPS, like just freely. Now, how much was that because of your teammates zoning for you, or how much was that you know exactly where to be with Rainer?
It's a lot of both. Like you have to be positioned near like your support, for example, and there's some talent choices that change it so that necessarily they didn't want to target me down because I do consistent damage, but they have like I didn't go for like a damage build on Rainer. I went defensive pretty like early on, so it made it so they didn't want to target me as much either. So I just incentivized them targeting me less.
And I guess just one more question, and this is for Shad. How do you feel that sundering a Thrall heroic? Like, how important is that spell in this meta? And like, when do you think is the ideal use? Like, when do you use it? What's the best situation?
Sundering's broken. I mean, it's just a really, really strong spell. Like, you can hit a five-man team and stun them for like a whole second. It's ridiculous, and it does a lot of damage. You can catch people out. You can push them into your team depending on where you put it. I mean, Thrall is. I mean, you see Thrall every now and then, but I think like he's super strong. In my opinion, I think he should be picked more. I mean, obviously, it's the team's preference on like how the character is played, and like if it fits with their kind of team style. But I think Thrall is a really strong character, and Sundering is one of the best heroics in the game.
Shot specifically, this is for you. You had a really emotional moment on stage there.
Wait, you saw that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The whole world saw it on ESPN.
Wait.
Is there more to that backstory between you and your mom there, or is it just the highs of winning this and helping your financial situation with this?
I mean, both. I started my esports career by taking a leap of faith. I was coming home after a really emotional time from my college in Colorado at the time. I was going to the University of Colorado Springs. I didn't do as successfully as I wanted to, and I kind of had an emotional breakdown in Colorado, and I spent most of my time there playing video games instead of studying for school. I still did relatively well, but not as great as I wanted to. So on the ride home, I looked at my mom and I said, "Mom, can I try to go professional in esports?" And I played League of Legends at the time. Like, I was like, I think I'm really, really good. I was Diamond 1 at the time, almost Challenger, which I don't know if any Heroes fans know what that means, but I was like, I'm really good at these video games and I love competing. Can I please try to play professionally? And she said, if you can do something with it within like a year and it's progressing, sure. And I did, even though I moved to Heroes, which was a really risky move. I mean, it worked out slightly. I got on cognitive for a while. I don't know, it's just, I put a lot of stress on my family with this whole esports thing. So me winning basically just makes it all worth it to them. And they've been so supportive. Like from day one, they're just like, as long as you're happy, we're willing to put up as much money as you need to play this game, even if it makes us dirt poor and in debt. Like we'll support you 100%. We'll take out loans. We'll do whatever we can. And like I can't thank my parents enough, and my mom especially, for coming out to Seattle. Her flight was at 4 a.m. in the morning. I mean, we're both super competitive, so I mean maybe the hype got to us and we kind of broke down a little bit. My mom's the real MVP, besides Aka.
So, Fam, you mentioned the coach, the football coach at ASU. Do you think you guys would benefit from having a coach or having more administrative support, and why or why not?
So, infrastructure is pretty good, especially when you're trying to be competitive. So, having a coach definitely helps. Like, if you look at Korea right now in League of Legends or Heroes of the Storm, they're better by a lot, and it's not because of genes, it's because of infrastructure and how trained they are. So I think it would be a pretty big help.
Today you guys are champions. What does next week look like for you guys?
School. It's all downhill now. This was the high point.
I mean, for me, it's putting myself out for free agency for professional teams. So.
Same.
Same.
I'm going right back to class.
So I know you guys kind of answered on my next question, but my next question was, is there any chance of you guys competing in the pro scene, especially with this upcoming summer regional qualifiers as a team?
As a team? I don't know if I like these guys too much.
Someone sponsor us.
Is that us?
I mean, I don't know. It's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an option. I just think it depends on what happens on offers-wise for
a lot of us. There's just going to be a lot going on in the next week for most of us. So, I mean, we'll see. It could possibly happen. It could possibly not. So there's no guarantee for anything.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.